Inshallah, we will start now. Alhamdulillah. Countless gratitude to Allah, the Lord of all the creations, that He has bestowed upon us this opportunity and ability to spend this time in His remembrance. Innumerable peace and blessings be upon our beloved Prophet Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa Ahmad Mujtaba Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, because of whom Allah's mercy is upon us. My dear and respected audience, Allah says in Quran, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wa iz ibtala Ibrahima rabbuhu bikalimatin fatammahun. Qala inni ja'iluka linnasi imama. Qala wa min dhurriyyati. Qala la yanalu ahdi zalimin. Sadaqallahu al-azim. And when Ibrahim's Lord tested him with some of the tests, and he became successful in them, then Allah said to him that I will make you the leader of all the mankind. I will make you the leader of all the mankind. And Ibrahim alayhi salam, he said, how about my children? How about amongst my children? And Allah said, my promise will not reach those who are transgressors. So before this, Allah has mentioned, as we discussed, that how there will be a day when everybody will be standing in front of Allah, their Lord, and will be answerable for all the deeds that he or she did during this lifetime. And that day nobody will be able to save anybody from the calamities. Nobody will be able to intercede on behalf of somebody other than the permission, exclusive permission from Allah. It's not implicit that my father will not be able to intercede on my behalf, my friends will be of no use, my wives, my children, nobody will be of any help to anybody, but those who Allah say that, okay, go ahead and take that many people from the hellfire, I will accept your intercession for whoever you intercede for. Why is Allah mentioning it? Is because the Jews and the Christians and the infidels of Makkah, they were all from the progeny of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, Allah made him the leader, the imam of all the mankind. But he was not made it just out of thin air. Allah blessed him with that status because Ibrahim alayhi salam earned it. Allah tested him. That's what Allah is saying in this verse, in this ayah, that we tested Ibrahim into some things and he became successful in those tests. It was not like he was born, although Allah is quite capable of, He has the authority, He can choose anybody to be a blessed one, and He can bless anybody without any bounds. Whoever He wants or wishes to bless, there is nothing and nobody stopping Him. But He has a way of doing things. When He decides to bless somebody, He tests that person. And when the person is successful in those tests, when the person does go through all those tests in a way and manner that Allah likes, then Allah blesses that person. And by doing so, Allah makes it clear to other people, to the mankind and other creations, that I have not blessed this person just without any merits. I tested this person passed that test. And that is why I am blessing this person the way that I am. So Ibrahim alayhi salam, when Allah tested him and he was successful in those tests, what did Allah say? Allah said, okay, I'll make you the leader of all the mankind. And his next question was, what about my children? Will you make them amongst the leaders of the mankind as well? And Allah's reply was, my promise will not reach those who are transgressors. Because at the end of the day, you are responsible for your own acts. So a little bit more about Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. His name was Abraham, as it's in English. So in Arabic it's called Ibrahim, in English it's called Abraham. And it means one with honor, one who is honored, the meanings of the name. And it is made of two words, Ab and Rahim. Ab means the father and Rahim means somebody who is very generous, very kind. So it means a very generous, very kind father. Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was very kind to the mankind, to the creation. He was kind, like his heart was like clarified butter. Like it was so, if you put it the freshly made clarified butter, you put your finger, it cannot hold anything, it sinks. It's very soft, very gentle, very tender. It does not have any hardness into it. So that is how his heart was. He was very kind. And he was always thinking about others and meanings of benefiting others. And you can see a gist of it inside this dialogue that he had with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when Allah told him that I'm going to make you the Imam, the leader of the mankind. His question was, what about my children? So he wanted them to be part of it as well. That is how kind he was. He had this habit that he did not used to eat food without somebody joining him. He wanted to share all the bounties that he had. Again, going back to the same point, that's why he asked the question, what about my children? Because he wanted to share the bounties that Allah has bestowed upon him. So one of the examples of it is that he used to not eat alone. He always used to have somebody join him and he would not eat food up until he finds somebody. And one day he said he could not find anybody. And he stepped away from his home looking for somebody that he can share his food with. And he saw an old man walking with a stick and passing by Ibrahim alayhi salam. He went and said, hey, have you eaten food? He said, no. He said, okay, come on, join me for food. And he brought the person. The person sat, and Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, he brought food. And he was very generous in it. Like on a side note, when Allah says in Surah Zariyat, then the angels came to him as they were dressed as humans. Ibrahim alayhi salam, he brought them a whole cooked calf of cow. So he was so generous. He did not bring them food like in a plate or two. He brought the whole calf in front of them and cooked it well. So that is like he shared it, the whole thing, the whole animal with them. So he brought that person in and he brought the food, and then he said, okay, let's start. And the person, he started eating, and as Ibrahim alayhi salam, he said, say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim before you start eating. And he said, I don't know any Allah. And I don't know submit to Allah. Ibrahim alayhi salam, he became angry. He said, okay, if you have nothing to do with Allah, then go away. I don't want you. The old man, he became angry and left. When he left, Allah sent him as an angel to Ibrahim alayhi salam. He asked, Ibrahim, how old would that person be? Ibrahim alayhi salam said, oh Allah, maybe 80, 90 years. Allah said, and I had been feeding him all those 80, 90 years, even though he did not know me, he did not submit to me. And you could not feed him one time? And you let him go and pushed him away? Ibrahim alayhi salam, he immediately ran after that person, went to him, apologized to him, and brought him back and made him eat food, shared his food with him. So that is, he was humble, he was kind, and then Allah is the greatest of the teacher. He perfected him in that humbleness, in his kindness, through his message and through his guidance. Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was born, his father was an idol maker. His name was Tariq or Azar. That was his job. So he would create the idols, and his idols were so famous that even the king of the time, he would buy those idols for his palace. So Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he grew older, his father would give him the idols to go and sell in the market. Ibrahim alayhi salam, he would take the idols to the market and he will announce to the people, who is going to buy these worthless things from me? So people, they started getting angry. Said, he is disrespecting our gods. And how did Ibrahim alayhi salam reach to that conclusion? Because Allah had chosen him to be the leader of the people. So Allah gave him a brain to think. So Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he started growing up, he started thinking, who has created me? Where have I come from? And his mind was away from these idols that he had around him. So he said, it must be something different. My God cannot be something that my father creates. Because my father is making them. How can they be the things who are making me? So he looked at the night and he looked at the star, a shiny star. He said, oh, this star is very shiny. It is better than everybody else. It must be my God. And then a little while later, moon rose, and he looked at the moon. It probably was full moon or whatever. And he said, oh, it is so bright. This must be my God. And there is nothing like him in the whole sky. This must be my God. And then the night came, the day came, and the moon went away, and the sun came up, and sun was the brighter. And he said, oh, this is the biggest of them all. This must be my God. And then came the night, and the sun, it set, and Ibrahim alayhi salam, he said, I seek Allah's forgiveness, because whoever sets, whoever dies cannot be my Lord. So he identified by that time that the stars are not my God, the moon is not my God, the sun is not my God, and these idols that my father is sending me to sell in the market, they are definitely not my God, because they are even inferior to the stars and the moon and the sun. So what he did, he put a rope on their feet, on those idols, and he would drag them on the streets and say, hey, is there somebody stupid enough to buy these worthless things from me? These things that can neither benefit you nor harm you. So people became angry. They said, Ibrahim insults our gods. And then one day they said, Ibrahim, you need to stop doing this, or we are going to deal with you with the iron fist. And Ibrahim alayhi salam, he said, okay, in his whispers lightly. He whispered, said, okay, I will teach you a lesson before you teach me a lesson. Anyways, there was one of time they were having a great festival. In that great festival, everybody would go and join. It was a big party. That was an annual or whatever occasion it was. So the festival's time came, and Ibrahim, everybody went there. Ibrahim Islam, he said, I'm not feeling well. I have some important things to do. You guys go ahead. I will not be joining you. So all his family, all the city, everybody went to attend that festival. Ibrahim Islam, he went to their house of worship, the place where they would have all of their idols, all of their gods together sitting with. And he brought an axe with him and he started smashing them. He smashed all of them. Some he cut the ear, hand, some he cut the head, some he cut something nose. He destroyed all of them but one, the largest one. And he put the axe on his shoulder and he left, walked away. When he walked away, the people, after the fun ended, they came back and they came to their gods and they saw all of their gods were crushed, other than the big one. They became very angry. They said, "Oh, look, who has done such a terrible thing to our gods?" So see the stupidity of man. They were worried. They were asking for a person who has done some bad thing to their God. They could not think that, okay, how can they be our God if a human can destroy them? How can they give benefit of us? But they were just blinded. So there somebody said, oh, there is this young man named Ibrahim and he talks all the time. He talks bad about our gods. It must be him. Go, grab him, get him. So they summoned Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. Ibrahim alayhi salam came. And they said, "O Ibrahim, have you done this to our gods?" He said, "Why would you think so? So you all the time are talking bad about them." He said, "Strange. Go ask that big one. He's the one with the axe. He must have done it." They might have an argument. He probably just killed them all. Go ask him. And they said, "Are you stupid? Don't you know they don't talk? They cannot move? How could he have done it? He cannot move. He cannot talk." Ibrahim alayhi salam, he said, "Look at you guys. Don't you see what you are doing? You are asking for these things to give you everything, to help you, to feed you, to protect you. When they cannot walk, they cannot hear, they cannot answer, they are nothing but what you have created for yourselves. Can't you see it?" And those people, they had no answer to this logic. So what did they say? They said, "Oh, help your gods. Take their revenge. Teach Ibrahim a lesson so nobody ever can do anything like that to your gods." Humans being human. That's what humans do. When they don't have a response, any reason, any rationale, then they come to brute force. So what did they decide? They decided, okay, we will teach him a lesson that will be remembered for the times to come. So they said, we are going to burn him alive in a great fire. So they lock him up. And some says that 40 days they kept on collecting the wood for the fire. They cut the forests of forest. 40 days or 40 months or something like that, but a long period. They cut down tons of trees. They made a huge pile of wood and then they lit it. And when they lit it, the fire became so immense that nobody could go near it. You could feel its heat from a great distance away from it. So now they started like, okay, we have the fire, we have the person that we want to burn. How are we going to throw him in, put him in there? We cannot take him in there because if whoever will go to put him will die with him. And so they started, it was an unsolvable trouble. Shaitan, who is the enemy of mankind, he came like a sage with person with white beard and he said, "What is the problem?" They said, "Okay, we have this problem, this person, we have this fire and this person. How do we make this person get into this fire?" He said, "Don't worry. Just make a big kind of like catapult. Put Ibrahim into it and throw him with that catapult in there." It was a big fire. There was no point of missing it. And they can like just practice a little throwing other things in there. So they said, "Oh, wow. That is a great suggestion. So they made a catapult. Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was tied in the ropes and everything. They put him into the catapult, into the thing. And they started getting ready to shoot him into the fire. And when it was getting ready, the angels, they were looking up there and they were friends with Ibrahim alayhi salam, and they got anxious and they said, okay, he is going to get burnt alive in that fire. So if Jibreel alayhi salam, he could not help himself. He came, he said, Ibrahim, if you wish, I can pick this whole fire and throw it in the ocean. Ibrahim alayhi salam, and this is what Ibrahim alayhi, this is one his trial. What did he say? He did not say, phew, thank God, do it. He said, Jibreel, yes, did Allah send you or did you come on your own? Jibreel alayhi salam said, no, I came on my own. And Ibrahim alayhi salam, he said, if you have come on your own, then I don't need your help. Allah is watching everything up there. If He wants me to burn in this fire, I am willing to burn and die. Jibreel went, and then Mikail alayhi salam, he came. And he's the one who reigns, who is the angel of rain and angel of rizq. So he said, Ibrahim, if you wish, I will rain it so hard that this fire will extinguish. I'll bring so much terrible rain, such a strong rain. Ibrahim alayhi salam, he asked the same thing. Oh Mikail, did you come on your own or did Allah send you? Said Allah did not send me, I come on my own as a friend. Ibrahim alayhi salam, he said, then I do not need your help. Allah is watching up in the heavens. And if He wants me to die, then I am fine dying. He went a little bit time passed. Israfil alayhi salam, the one who is going to blow the bugle on the day of judgment, he came. He said, Ibrahim, if you allow me, I will blow the wind so hard that this whole fire will extinguish. Ibrahim alayhi salam, he asked him the same question. Did you come on your own or did Allah send you? He gave the same answer. He said, Allah did not send me. I came as a friend. I came on my own. Ibrahim alayhi salam, he said, if you have come on your own, then I do not need your help. Please go. Israfil went and they shot Ibrahim alayhi salam into the fire. So he flew and flew in right into the middle of the fire. As he was flying into the fire, Allah commanded to the fire, Qulna ya naru kuni bardan wa salaman ala Ibrahim. Allah said to the fire, O fire, be cold, but just enough cold so it is comfortable for Ibrahim. Don't become too cold. Just enough cold so it is comfortable for Ibrahim. And it was such a big fire that it stayed on for 40 days. Ibrahim alayhi salam, he sat in there for 40 days. And then when the fire went cold, people saw, they said, okay, they would have nothing burnt. And then Ibrahim alayhi salam, they would have thought that nothing would have been left of Ibrahim. But when the flames died down after 40 days, Ibrahim just came out of it with his clothes on and everything just like that. So that is how Allah helped him. But that was not where his trials ended. Then for 80 years or more, he did not have any child. He did not have any child. He was childless. And then after 80 years, Allah gave him Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam. So when you are 80-year-old, you got one son. But the son was an infant, a few days or weeks old. Then Allah said, Ibrahim, and you can only imagine how happy he would have been having his son after 80 years. And then Allah said, take this son and your wife and leave them at a place where there is no water, there is no tree, there is no animal, there is nothing. Ibrahim alayhi salam, he started from Palestine. It took him 50 days and he brought them where Makkah is today. And there was no water, there was just burning hard mountains, rock, no tree, no nothing. And Ibrahim alayhi salam brought them, and he was not supposed to live with them there, he was supposed to leave them there and go back to Palestine. Because it was Allah's command, he brought them, he left them there, and he went. A place where there was no water, there was no shade, there was no human living nearby. A desolate place, and he left them there just because Allah ordered him to. And then Allah helped them, and Zamzam came, and Makkah went with water, and that is a water that if you drink you don't feel hungry again. So this, and then people started settling around it, and there became a little little settlement there. Ismail alayhi salam, he grew old, and he grew in age. He became a lad, a boy, and then came the test, the greatest of all. And Allah told Ibrahim alayhi salam, now go and slaughter that son in my way. And then Ibrahim alayhi salam, he again set out from Palestine. 50 days and nights. He walked to Makkah to do what? Not to meet his son, not to kiss him, but to kill him. Why? Because Allah commanded him to do so. So Ibrahim alayhi salam, he took his son, and they both, father and son, they started. He said, let's go out for a walk. And he took a knife with him. And they both went out. Once they left it, he said, Ismail, my son, I have something to share with you. He said, Dad, what is it? What is it that you want to share with me? He said, I saw in my dream that I am slaughtering you in the way of Allah. And the dreams of the prophets are true dreams. Those are the commands from Allah. And Ismail, he said, really, Dad? I said, yeah. He said, okay, if this is the command of Allah, then let's do it. That was the son. And how much he had faith in Allah and how much he loved Allah. He said, okay, if that's what Allah wanted, then do. Go ahead, kill me, slaughter me. Ibrahim said, okay, and he tied his hands and everything, and when he's about to slaughter him, Ismail said, Dad, one more thing. He said, what? He said, cover your eyes. Cover your eyes, blindfold yourself. Because I am your only son. It is possible that when you start to slaughter me, you look at my face and my love overcomes you and you do not kill me and you do not obey Allah's command. So in order to avoid that, blindfold yourself. Who is telling it? Ismail is telling. He's just a boy, 10, 12, something like that. He's telling his dad to blindfold himself so he does not see his face, so that he does not stop his knife. So Ibrahim alayhi salam, he blindfolded himself. And then he worked the knife, but it did not do anything. Because Allah commanded the knife, do not even cut a hair from Ismail. So the knife, so Ibrahim became angry. He did not hear the voice of blood coming out or anything. So he became angry. He took the knife and he sharpened it on a stone, and then he did it second time. Nothing happened. And by that time, the knife was so strong, so he, in anger, he sharpened it again. And then he said, Bismillah. He did it one more time, and that time he heard a voice of flesh being cut and blood being coming out. And he said, okay, I did it. And then he took off his blindfold, and he saw that there was a lamb under him that he cut, and Ismail is standing next to it. Actually, before that, once that went, and Allah said, "O Ibrahim, you had made your dream come true." So Ibrahim took off his blindfold and he saw that there is a lamb down there that is being cut, and Ismail is standing next, and there's Jibril standing next to Ismail, and they are both smiling. So Allah replaced the lamb in place of Ismail. And that is when Allah said, now for every Muslim, for everybody who believes in Allah, they have to sacrifice a lamb on the day of Adha, on the Hajj, to commemorate that sacrifice that Ibrahim made. So Allah switched Ismail, not only switched it with the lamb, Allah made it a compulsory act with everybody, every able Muslim, to come till the day of judgment, to remember it and sacrifice a lamb or other animals to commemorate that sacrifice that Ibrahim a.s. did. So these were the trials that Ibrahim a.s. went through before Allah gave him the status, Allah gave him the stamp that I am going to make you the leader of all the mankind. And even with all these tests, even with all these trials, even after all that, when Ibrahim a.s. asked about his children, oh Allah, what about my children? What did Allah say? Allah said, those who will not listen to me, my promise is not for those. Yes, your children who will follow you, who will listen to me, who will follow my commands, I will make them amongst the leader of the people as well. But those who will not listen to me, who will not follow me, my commands, those I will not make. My promise is not for those. Those will burn in the hellfire. So, the gist of the matter is that Allah's promise is of goodness, of happiness, of success is for those who believe in Allah, who do what Allah wants them to do, who sacrifice everything for the sake of Allah. Because at the end of the day, Allah is the one who gave us all those things. We don't own anything. Everything that we have is because Allah gave it to us. And how do we do that? How do we fulfill the commands of Allah? Is by following what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has told us. He is the light. He is the one who shows us the right path. Only by following the path that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has shown us can we obey the commands of Allah. And the only way to obey Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is by loving him. Because you cannot see him. Only if you love him will you do the things that he wants you to do. He taught us to do. And obeying him, following his commands. It does not matter what the world tells me I am. It does not matter what the world says, oh, you deserve this, you deserve that, oh, doing this is going to make you inferior from that person or that thing. It does not matter. What matters that we are doing what Rasulullah wanted us to do and told us to do. Because only that is the key to success. Unless we do that, we cannot be successful in this life or in the hereafter. And that eternal success is what matters, is what we should work towards, is what is this whole life is all about. Because remember, this life is like a dream. One day we are going to wake up from this dream. Like you cannot stay sleepy or stay sleeping forever. You cannot stay alive forever. One day this dream is going to end. One day this life is going to end. And that day we will find out what we have earned in this life. We will wake up. Death is actually waking up. You will wake up to the reality and find out what you had done in your life, good or bad. And every sane person would want to wake up to a better position than in their dream. Their dreams end. And the only way we can make sure that we wake up to a better reality than this dream of life is by following Rasulullah. Because Rasulullah will be in the best place on the hereafter, on the day of judgment and after for the eternal life. And as close as to we will be with him, the better a place we will be. And this month, the month of Ramadan, is the best time of the year to be closer to Rasulullah because Allah is in the mood of forgiving. He is already after forgiving, but in this month He forgives like no other time in the year. So you do good, all your deeds you're getting a bonus. You're having a premium account these days. Anything you do good, you get rewarded how many times? 10 times. So anything that was worth $1 in normal days is worth $10 in terms of your good deeds. So these 30 days, the more good you do, the force, like you have to do 10 times the same deed in a normal day to get to the same reward as you have in this one, but you get it doing one time in this month. And Shaitan is chained, he is not free. Right now, the only person you have to worry about is yourself. The only person I have to worry about is myself. So it is, you have a premium account and your enemy, greatest enemy is chained. What better time to make profit than this time? So do as much good as you can. Remember, no good deed is small enough and no bad deed is small as well. Stop any bad that we do. Try and increase any good we can so that we can take true advantage of this premium membership for this bonus time. And no act is greater than act of fasting. Try to fast as much as you can if it is not prescribed on you, and if it is prescribed on you, then you have to fast as many days as you are allowed to, and you can. And then there is a night in this month that worshipping Allah in that night is more or better than worshipping 1,000 months without a break. That one night gives you more reward than you get if you keep on worshipping Allah day in, day out, day in and day out, day and night, without eating, without drinking, without anything for 1,000 months or more. And 1,000 months make 84 years plus. One night.
So better than your entire lifetime?
Yes, if you worship Allah with pure heart on that one night.
What about Safety?
That is part of that night.
Which one is? So you can eat during Safety?
Yes, you
So
can.
on Eid?
Yeah, it is before Eid. It will come in the last 10 days, and I will tell you inshallah when that night, when the times come, inshallah. So we need to increase our love of Allah. We need to increase our nisbat with Rasulullah. We need to increase whatever good we are doing in this month. So we do not lose on to this opportunity, this wonderful opportunity when we have it. And this is the reason. So let's start it by this meeting, by this gathering. Let's start it today. Let's start it right now. And we will start it by inshallah remembering Allah, by doing the names that by calling upon Him by His name, by the verses, by the phrases that Rasulullah have taught us, with the intention that we increase in our love of Allah and Rasulullah, we increase in our obedience of Allah and Rasulullah, we increase in our respect of Rasulullah. So on the day of judgment, we are considered amongst those who were successful. So with this purpose and this intention, let us all start. Let us say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Kalma Tawheed La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Kalma Tamjeed Subhanallah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billahil aliyyil azim. درود شريف إبراهيم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. سيد الاستغفار أستغفر الله العظيم الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه. أستغفر الله العظيم الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه. الذي لا إله. آية كريمة لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين. سورة فاتحة. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Surah Ikhlas, Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad, wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. آية الكرسي الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. الله الحسيب الله الحسيب الله الحسيب. لطيف لطيف لطيف. يا مجيب السميع يا مجيب السميع يا مجيب السميع. يا وهاب يا وهاب يا وهاب. Ya Bariu, Ya Bariu, Ya Bariu. Ya Qabidu, Ya Qabidu, Ya Qabidu. Ya Ali al Azim, Ya Ali al Azim, Ya Ali al Azim. Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum, Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum, Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum, Ya Hayyu Ya. Ya Zul Jalali wal Ikram, Ya Zul Jalali wal Ikram, Ya Zul Jalali wal Ikram. Ya Hannanu Ya Mannanu, Ya Hannanu Ya Mannanu, Ya Hannanu Ya Mannanu. Ya Ghafuru Ya Rahim, Ya Ghafuru Ya Rahim. Ya Jawadu Ya Kareem, Ya Jawadu Ya Kareem, Ya Jawadu Ya Kareem. Ya Allamul Ghuyub, Ya Allamul Ghuyub. Ya Wadudu, Ya Atufu, Ya Wadudu, Ya Atufu. Ya Baqiyu, يا باسط. يا كبير المتعال. يا كبير المتعال. سلام قولا من رب رحيم. سلام قولا من رب رحيم. يا بديع العجائب بالخير. يا بديع العجائب بالخير. يا بديع العجائب بالخير. يا بديع العجائب بالخير. يا أرحم الراحمين. يا أرحم الراحمين. يا أرحم الراحمين. يا الله يا رحمن. يا الله يا رحمن. يا الله. Salatul Khawf. Those of you who do not remember this Durood Sharif, they recite whichever Durood Sharif they remember. This Durood Sharif is Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi salatan takunu lana amanam min kulli khawf. Now recite Surah Fatiha one time and make dua. In the dua, please make dua that Allah saves us all from this calamity of coronavirus. Allah makes those who are sick, Allah makes them healthy. Allah take it away from the whole mankind. We know we are transgressors. We know we are bad. We know we have called upon this onto ourselves because of our own deeds. But you are most merciful. You are most graceful. You are most forgiving. Please show us as a mankind the right path and forgive us and take this calamity away from us. So make dua to Allah because only He can save us all. Alhamdulillah. Inshallah, we will meet tonight at the regular time for 9:30, and we'll go over the surah, the third para, Nisbat-e-Rasooli. Inshallah, we'll meet at Microsoft Teams. Please make an effort to join it. That's the only thing we can do, at least in my mind, to keep the spirit of Ramadan alive within our homes. Now that we cannot do Taraweeh in congregation. Open to suggestions. Please, I'm here for you. Any questions that you may have. With that, inshallah, may Allah keep us all safe, happy, and healthy. And may the time comes when we are together again. Today, I'm missing. Traditionally, we would make the dua and then we do the iftar together. Today, we are separate. We cannot do the iftar together. But may Allah bring the time in this Ramadan when we all are back together again. We remember Him and we thank Him and we do iftar together. Thank you very much. Inshallah, I'll talk. And happy Ramadan to all of you.